Howdy folks, this is Sumner over at thelandpioneer.com, home of the very best deals on raw vacant land. And in this video, we've got 10 massively discounted properties right on the outskirts of El Paso, Texas, the 5th largest metropolitan area in all of Texas. These lots are all out in Shadow Mountain Estates. And this was, again, like a lot of the properties on this YouTube channel, Subdivision that was subdivided many decades ago. Huge boom, they got all sorts of people to buy in, and then it just never really took off. And slowly, as El Paso has kind of grown and stretched and molded to the area, they're moving north and they're moving east. These properties just sit east of El Paso. And so, not a bad time in terms of a long-term hold, but ultimately the reason people like these lots is there's really no zoning restrictions out here. Technically, these properties are commercially zoned, but because they're outside of city limits, Texas really has no zoning for them. That means mobile homes, that means parking your RV, that means camping, that means doing really whatever you want to do out here within reason. Now, what's beautiful is all these properties can be financed. You're looking at 99 down, 150 a month. And these lots all range anywhere from a little under a quarter acre, about 0.24 acres, all the way up to about 0.47 acres. And again, we've got 10 of them currently. We had 11, it sold yesterday. And one thing that I forgot to mention too, these lots are 150 a month for 26 months, or if you just want to buy them outright, you're looking at $27.50 as the discounted cash price. This is an area where a lot of the roads were pre-platted, so they created a plat map. Every lot technically has legal access, but some of the road frontage is going to be a little bit different, right? Some of these are going to be off of roads that are actually truly cut in and get a decent amount of traffic. Some of these properties are going to have a technical road, but you're not going to be able to necessarily just cruise on a smooth dirt road. It might be a little bumpier, it might be a bit of a wash, because some of those roads really have never been driven on and they've never been graded. And so it's something that you want to be mindful of, right? We get a lot of folks that come here and they say, give me the super off-grid stuff. I want to live off-grid. I want to drive my Jeep out there. I want to drive my dirt bikes, and they love that stuff. But if you're looking for something that's a little easier to access, we do have some lots that are, right next to main dirt roads, but it's something to be mindful of. You also want to be mindful of that it's really all dirt roads out here. There's not a whole lot else going on in terms of having any smooth paved roads. Now, like I said, this area is growing, right? There's an Amazon warehouse that just got put east of El Paso. I believe the quote on that was close to 70,000 jobs that are coming along with it, which is pretty incredible. You've got a mall that was just put up a little bit west of this area, and there's a handful of smaller subdivisions sprinkled throughout here. This is kind of one of many. There's Horizon City, Shadow Mountain Estates, and that mall that got put in a little bit west. And then you just have developers that are coming out, scooping up these lots, starting to build. And so, not a bad hold if you're looking to buy property. Maybe hold on to it for the next 10, 20, 30 years, or maybe you just want something that you can use recreationally. Go hang out, get away from the city. Really developing on a property like this may be doable, but it's going to be extremely difficult. We have to be mindful that there's no infrastructure out here. So you've got no power, you've got no running water, and you certainly have no sewer. So if you're going to build out here, water delivery or well, you're going to need septic, and you're going to need some form of power, whether that's wind, solar, you can have a battery, you can have a generator. So developing on these properties, I always say it's a little bit better just to spend more, get a property that has that infrastructure and build on that, unless you're very excited by the idea of homesteading and building a tiny home kind of off-grid. But really the best use case here is recreational use, and then kind of like a buy and hold property. So if you guys have any questions, you can always find the links down below to all of the properties we've got out in El Paso. If you have questions for me, you can reach out to me, Sumner at thelandpioneer.com. And if you just want to see our full kind of suite of current inventory in terms of properties that we have, if you're interested in owner finance land, go to thelandpioneer.com. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, because YouTube really gets to see the properties first. This is where we drop the most recent deals. So subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.